What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Comments and likes and giggles. Okay. That's new. What's up, Angel Heaven? Las Vegas checking in. Linda Moore, Shalom, from Goldsboro, North Carolina. African pride. That's what I'm talking about. Connie Harge, what's up? Phantom Face Final. Brenda Gabolden. What's up, Brenda Gabolden? Hopefully I pronounced your name right. It's got to be Gabolden. I can't see that being pronounced any other way. Coretta Scott Queen. What's up, Chi-Town? Marvin Crummer. St. Louis checking in. 2020. Salute. McClendon Group, Raquel B1, blessings, blessings. FGT. All right, fam, I'm going in. Let me get a pickup of Travis right quick. Travis Scott has found himself in legal trouble once again. Travis was arrested in Paris after fighting his bodyguard in a hotel, allegedly. I say allegedly because we ain't got no proof. And we know the police be lying. That's right. It don't have to be in the U.S. The police be lying worldwide. According to CNN, police were called to the George V. Luxury Hotel early Friday morning to break up a fight. The Paris prosecutor's office say that Travis was arrested for violence against a security guard. The prosecutor's office also says the security guard tried to break up a fight between Travis and his bodyguard. An investigation is now open. Up until this point, Travis looks like he's been enjoying himself in Paris. On Thursday, he was sitting courtside at a United States men's basketball team as they beat Serbia in the semifinals, which was actually a very, very good and competitive game. Here's the deal, though. The timing is shocking, because the arrest came just hours after prosecutors dropped a criminal charge against Travis in Miami for allegedly getting into a heated argument with a yacht worker back in June. He was charged with disorderly intoxication and trespassing. The first charge was just dismissed. Fam, let me tell you something about that charge out in Miami. They railroaded the homie. I watched that video. And I know under different circumstances, I know for a fact if Travis wasn't who he was, if he didn't have that beautiful dark melanin skin, I know for a fact they would have went on about their business. You got a celebrity who is told to exit a boat that he's rented out by the owners and the captain in the middle of the night for whatever reason. They're told to get off the bus. Get off the boat. He gets off the boat, and the police is all around. He said it was about 12 cops around. So he gets off the boat. He's fully cooperative. Fully cooperative. He ain't staggering. He's not slurring his speech. He's being respectful. But they tell him to get off the property, to keep walking. When he leaves, they tell him to get off the property. If he stops while he's walking, they're going to arrest him for trespassing. So he takes off. He leaves. But then he remembers that he forgot his bag on the boat. So he turns around to go get it. And the cop confronts him. And he's trying to explain that I was a little confused because you told me to leave and you told me to don't stop walking or I was going to be arrested for trespassing. So, family, it's natural for a person with all of that type of confusion, the police on your head, for you to just, keep on, doing what they're saying without thinking about a whole lot of other stuff. Right now, you're just trying to get out of the situation. You're trying to survive the situation. But he catches snap, realizes he left his bag, so he turns back to go get it. The police stops him. Instead of them saying, you can't get back on that boat, but tell us where you left it at and we'll go get it. Or, okay, we'll escort you to get your bag and then you can go about your business. They stop him because he's questioning why are they making such a big deal out of it. They decide that they are going to arrest him. So I guess they did some type of sobriety test or whatever, and they charged him with intoxication and trespassing. Straight up BS, bro. This happened in Miami. That's why I say, fam, the police all over the world. It ain't just in the U.S. Now we got a situation in Paris. Now, like I said, fam, this is allegedly. Having said that, I'm not going to lead my people into a burning house. This comes down to really energy, because there is such thing as putting yourself in certain situations, right? So if you really want to avoid law enforcement, you got to stay out of their way. And one of the easiest things to do, or one of the best things that you can do, I won't say it's easiest thing because it depends on what your living situation is like. But one of the best things that you can do to avoid being accosted by the police is to protect your energy. Is to be very mindful of the people who you surround yourself with. You can be doing all the right things. You could be minding your own business. But if you're around the wrong type of people, they can bring a darkness to your life, and they can provoke you to act out of character. This is why I keep squares out of my circle. This is why people that have negative energy, dark and gloomy, people that's always confrontational, I don't be around those type of people. I know them. I got some in my family. I got some I grew up with. When I come around, I can feel it. Even if they're on their best behavior around me, I know that it's temporary. And plus, I just know who they are. And I know that that cloud can come and hover right over me at any time. So I move around. I might see my people for a minute. Yeah. What's up? What's up? I'm I'm walking away as I'm saying what's up. I'm walking away as I'm shaking your hand, giving you a pound. Yeah, man. All right, dog. I'll let you later. Yeah, man. I'm not sticking around for that because that's gonna be trouble. Travis fighting his own bodyguard and security guard. At least that's what he's arrested for. They say arrested him for fighting his security guard, who was trying to break up the fight between him and the bodyguard. In any event, Travis fighting his own security or even his own bodyguard is problematic. I had a lot of fights when I traveled, extensively. I had a lot of fights, but I've never fought my own security. Never got into it with my own bodyguards. I ain't never did that in my whole life. I've never got into a fight with my own security. But I've seen over the years some people getting into fights with their own security, their own bodyguards, which tells me that some of these relationships need to be a little bit more professional, because some of these guys, they have security, and I'm not accusing Travis of that, but some guys have security or bodyguards, whatever you want to call them, and they're just a little too chummy with them. They just kick it a little bit too hard. Sometimes the security bodyguards be acting like they're the celebrity. They get too involved. They all in the video, all on the record. Yeah. Hey, you can see them. If you go out, you can see them in the VIP with the artist. And sometimes you'll see them turning up the alcohol, smoking, and all that. Like, dude, and I'm looking at this and I'm watching them. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's cool for people who, when everything's going good. That's cool. That's cool if it ain't gonna be no problem. But if it's gonna be a problem, this guy is not even in his right mind. This guy is not alert. This guy can't see things before they unfold, which is one of the greatest attributes of people who work in security. To be able to de-escalate, to be able to see things before they unfold, to be able to spot trouble before it happens. That's a good bodyguard. That's a good security guard. A good bodyguard, a good security guard is not the guy who put the gloves on, put the black gloves on, while he putting them on thinking about hitting somebody. That is not a good security guard. That is the guy that does this, standing at the club door. Mean mugging. That ain't a good security guard. Killing people's energy before they even walk into the club. I would not have security if I owned a club, which I have in the past, a few. I've never had a guy like that work for me. I don't want that type of energy. You mean mugging, got my people all on the edge before they even walk into the club, before they can even have a good time. I want them to buy them drinks, but I don't want them to buy the drink because we out here causing problems, which would be a good strategy for an unscrupulous bar owner. It's kind of like making it hot in the club so people can buy drinks, right? Making it hot in any venue so people can buy drinks. That would be, a slick move. But I never got down like that. I like the people to be comfortable. I like people to be happy. You bring them, you offer a good product and an environment, service, and they'll reward you with their dollars and their presence. And in fact, when I had a club, anytime I had a club, or even when I do an event, I always instruct my people to thank the people when they walk through the door, when they take your ticket or they take your money, to tell every single, I don't care how chaotic it might be at the front, whatever, when that person walk in that door, when that guest walk in that door, when they walk up, you greet them pleasantly. When you take that ticket or you take their money, you tell them before they walk off, have a good time. Have a good night. We create the environment. We create the energy. Lately, man, customer service is in the hole at these venues, at these clubs especially. They have no decorum whatsoever. They are totally disrespectful. And you can see why they have so many fights and disagreement, arguments and stuff going on. It starts at the top. It starts with management, how the management creates the environment in which the people are partying in, or celebrating in, or gathering in. You know, so I don't play that. Man, you treat people with decency. You treat people with respect. You creating a bad environment. You got a person in a bad mood. Now they going to the club. Now they ready to fight the next person that bump into them or something, or step on their shoe, or, you know, or look at them, or they just angry. They going up to the bar, you know, putting pressure on the bartenders, you know. Bar back, bump into them. They turn around and bust them in the eye. Hey, nah, I'm not with none of that. But back to these bodyguards and the security guys. I know too many who have that tough guy mentality. They live for it. They live to punch people out, just like cops do. A lot of these cops do. When they put that uniform on, they get that badge, they get that gun, man, they can't wait to crack a head. They can't wait to beat somebody up, tread on somebody's civil liberties. They can't wait to do it. Those are horrible cops. Horrible. A good cop typically will never bust his service weapon if he worked 30 years. This is not what I'm saying. This is data. Data proves this. This has been researched. Most cops never discharge their service weapon in the line of duty. But you got some cops, some of these uncivilized mutts, who have multiple cases where they've used their weapon. They're hot-headed. They're uncivilized. They're looking for the action. They're unhinged. They're irrational. No compassion. They look at people like targets. They want to shoot them. I was on the road once, and this guy, walks up to me. He's a security guy. He's going to be doing security. So he said, "Yo, Willie D, I got you tonight, man. I got you tonight. Yeah, man. Anybody got that line? You know what it is, but I'm gonna knock me a month." I said, "Nah, bro. I don't need that. I don't need that type of energy. You know what I'm saying, man. I'm just saying, because I gave him the benefit of the doubt that perhaps he was just trying to impress me. So I tried to talk him off the ledge. I said, "Look, bro, we ain't out here for that. I'm out here to do this show. Get my money, do this show, go home. That's it. I don't want no trouble." No, it's cool. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Later on that night, the same dude gets drunk. He's drunk. I check him. So he tried to turn on me. He like, "No, Willie, man, you don't know me, man. I said, "I ain't got to know you. I know what's going to happen if somebody really wanted to get to me or one of my people, you gonna be the first one to get dropped. Ain't nobody scared of that size, bro. That's what they made bullets for. Ain't nobody scared of that size. Somebody who really want it, who really want to get to one of us, you not gonna be a problem. They going straight through you. You gonna be the easiest one. Say, especially if it was somebody like me. If it's somebody like me that want to get to somebody like me, somebody like, that's done. You gonna be the easiest one to get. You drunk, bro. Ain't no drunk dude can handle me. There's no drunk dude can outthink me, can outmaneuver me, can out agility me. No drunk dude. Not can't out stamina me. No. Growing up, you hear a lot about how when somebody is drunk, leave them alone. You hear that all the time. Oh, no, say, hey, man, don't even bother, man. He drunk, because, but you know what they say, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart, right? So, which means that when people get drunk, they get their cup of courage, So they'll often say things that they typically wouldn't say to you if they were sober. But they drink their cup of courage, and now they ready for some confrontation. They ready to say what they really feel about you. And then you got people that get drunk and they just they become belligerent. They get loud, sloppy, confrontational. That part I do not understand. Because if you're drunk, you're not operating at your optimum. You're not, your faculties are not all there. Your mobility is not all there. Why would you start a fight when you're at your weakest? It don't make sense to me. Like anytime, if I get a buzz, I don't get drunk. But if I get a buzz, I'm chilling, man. I'm getting out of the way. You know what I'm saying? I've never drank and became belligerent because I was drinking. Some people, they don't, that's why they wake up with no teeth. They be waking up big old scars on them and they don't even know how it happened. Boy, you got beat down last night. You got your head not beat in last night, running that mouth. So if I get into it with somebody, if somebody drunk or high out of their mind, put me in a situation where I got to bring it to them, I would rather bring it to them while they're drunk or high out of their mind. I want the advantage, man. They talking about, leave him alone, man. He drunk. No, he need to get this when I need to whoop his ass so he can learn. I need the advantage, man. I'm not trying to fight him when he at his full strength. I want an advantage. I'm that dude, man. I want to win. Just like in basketball. Remember when you played basketball? Some of you guys can relate. Remember when you played basketball? You was out on the court, and you'll pick the best guys. Everybody you start picking who's gonna be on the team, and you try to pick the best guys. I always try to get the best. We play that 3-on-3. I'm trying to get the best dudes on the team. Oh man, you got the advantage. Well, that's what I want to have. I'm trying to win every single game. I'm not trying to lose so I can sit on the sideline and, wait for another chance to play. Or wait till some other player on the other team have to leave so I can step in for him. No. I'm trying to play until it's time for me to leave this park, to leave this recreational center. I'm trying to hoop. I'm out here to get it in. I want to win, and I'm playing for authority. That's right. I'm playing for pride. Yeah. Y'all can play for fun. Y'all can play just to get some exercise in. I'm playing for pride. I'm playing for authority. Going into the comments. Flow, glow, what up? Jay Will, I am. Teresa Richardson. Big Trades Tennis. That's right, man. I'm stacking the team, man. People be getting mad at some of these super teams. Like, don't get mad, you know. Figure it out. Join them. Figure out what they're doing. If you can't beat them, join them. I'm trying to win every single time. When I came in this music industry, fam, I was like, I remember a reporter asked us, the reporter was like, it was a Houston Chronicle reporter said, so what do you guys, so what do you guys want to do? Like, what's next? Like you guys have a gold album. This is the very first album we did. We're going to gold album. We want a platinum. Well, okay. So, and what about after that? Like, what do you want out of it? I want to be called legends. I want to be a legend. I want to be a legend. I want to be a hip hop legend. I want to be a music icon. The dude was like, oh, okay. He looked at me like he wasn't sure if that could happen. I was like, oh, man, this is what I'm in it for. I ain't in it just to say I put out a record. I'm not in it for that. Yeah, I want to get that money, but I got a lot of prize. So I want whatever the top prize is. That I want them #1 records. I want all of that. I want top of the Billboard charts. I want all of that. Whatever come with it, I want it. That's why I did that song. Where's my grant? We had a song called Trophy on that. We can't the album. We Can't Be Stopped. We had a song called Trophy, and we used a sample from Public Enemy where Flav said, "Yo, Chuck, who gives a F about a goddamn Grammy?" I said, "Yo, Flav, I give a F about a goddamn Grammy. But these hoes won't hand me one. At least you was invited by the bigots. They told me to buy a ticket to their phony ass ceremony. Fuck Oscar, Emmy, and Tony. Because when it comes to award time, brothers be standing on the goddamn sideline. I'm holding my 9 because I got a lot of grudges. I'm about to take out some judges. Willie D won't shit you, but hit you. Take a look at the overall picture. Every day it's the same old story. Same faces, same categories. I sold a lot of records and a lot of people know me. Now where's my goddamn trophy? I want it all. I don't understand people who do things and accept mediocrity. I don't understand it. I just do not understand that. I get 100, I want 1,000. I get 1,000, I want 2,000. I get 2,000, give me 4. Get 4, I'm trying to get to 8. I'm trying to double up. What you doing it for if you ain't gonna do it with some pride? If you ain't gonna do it to get to the top, or at least try to get to the top, what you doing it for? I think it's a waste of time. If I do something, fam, even if I don't know much about it when I first started doing it, I'm still looking at who's doing it the best, who's at the top, and that's what I'm gunning for. I may not get there, but I'm going to be trying every moment to get there. Lil Mama, what you talking about? Willie, I couldn't stand you when you dusted that girl at the Rhinestone Wrangler, chicken head. Hey, why you mad at a winner? How you gonna be mad at a winner? It's like them people used to get mad at Ali back in the day. They paying to see Ali lose. So Lil Mama, you was paying to see me lose. The Rhinestone Wrangler, for those of you who don't know, was a legendary hip hop club back in the Gap in Houston. People would literally come from different cities to compete at the Rhinestone Wrangler. As far as New York, Vanilla Ice even came to the Rhinestone Wrangler 4 times, and Vanilla Ice ain't never did nothing to me, but I had to do the boy bad. I did him bad. See, we had this rap contest called the Rap Attack. That's what Lil Mama is talking about, the Rap Attack. So you had everybody who signed up for it, if you could get on the list, that was typically about, maybe we would start off with about 15 rappers, 12 to 15 rappers competing. If the crowd really like you, you move into the battle rap stage, which was, they would take the top 3. And I made the battle rap every single time. And this went on for like maybe a couple of years, 2 years, 3 years, but I always made the battle rap. So they used to cheer to get Vanilla Ice in the battle rap part because they wanted me to go in on it. Now, here's the deal. One thing I would say about Vanilla Ice is Vanilla Ice was always very confident in himself and his abilities. He used to come down with these 2 black dudes, and they used to be on stage with him all the time. I can't remember what the hell they was doing. I think one of them may have been beatboxing. But Vanilla Ice was clearly the head, the main dude. So Vanilla Ice, when he be rapping, he'd be like really angry, like really into it, very passionate. You know, I don't know, I guess one would say angry, but he would be very passionate. And I believe what I'm saying, right? So you have to sit there, or stand there and just take it, whatever they saying, you just take it. Then when he finished, light that boy up. I used to light him up. So it's funny, I haven't spoken of Vanilla Ice since those days, but it's funny when people tell me about Vanilla Ice and certain things and him being bold about certain things. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like him. Michelle says it seems like there's been a recent rash of arrests. Young thug, long trail, draining the pocket. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there have been a lot of arrests lately. A lot of arrests. A lot of arrests lately. You know, you got T.I. got arrested all in 1 week. T.I. got arrested. Then Nelly got arrested. And now Travis. These are real rappers, like real rappers. These are rappers who make a living. You know, they make their living off of rapping. You know, like they pay their bills off of rap music. You know, because a lot of times they'll say, well, a rapper got killed, this rapper got, you know, like damn near every youngster today is a rapper. You know, everybody raps. So The youngster can be a football player. If he rapper such and such was shot. Rapper kills 54 people today in the news. Rapper, they like to say rapper, you know. I have to be cautious. I have to be careful about when I use that term and who I give that term to. Because when I think of rapper, I think of a rapper just like I would think of a doctor. If you're in high school, or even if you're practicing medicine, until you actually get that degree and certification, you're not that license, you're not a doctor. And nobody calls you doctor until you become certified, until you become licensed. Nobody calls you doctor. If you are a student in college and you're studying to be an educator, nobody calls you a teacher, they call you a student. If something happens to you, if you're in the news, they're not going to call you a teacher, a professor. They're going to call you a student. They're going to call you what you are. But for some reason, if you rap on the side, you ain't got to even have like real money coming in from rap. You just got to rap. You just got to have tried to rap, even if it's Mother Goose. If you ever did Mother Goose rap, you're a rapper. It's almost like they're using the word rapper like they used the word drug dealer back in the day. Remember? They used to be able to say drug dealer and it was case closed. Nobody cared. See, we got to be careful about history repeating itself. Now, I know there are some uncivilized mutt rappers out there and they deserve whatever they get. I got it. But there's a lot more out there who are decent. There's a lot of decent youngsters out there. So we got to be careful about falling for that same old banana in the tailpipe. Because they have made us as a society look down on hip hop, look down on rap, like there's nothing good can come from it. Hell, if it wasn't for rap, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all. Hip hop saved my life. That was an outlet for me. That gave me an alternative to that other lifestyle that I surely was going to be involved in if I didn't have that option. So I don't look at it like they look at it. But we got to be careful when they saying rapper. As soon as we hear rapper, case dismissed. Just like when we used to hear drug dealer, case dismissed. And look at all of those people out there who may have sold some drugs, but they ain't raped nobody like Donald Trump. Or they ain't been accused of raping anybody like Donald Trump. They ain't killed nobody. But they had it. They got us with that. They got us. They made us like, they threw drug deal on it. Even when you consider all of the people who got drugs planted on them who went to prison. Police just say, we just call it drug related. All the people the police done killed through the years, we'll just call it drug related. We're gonna drop a little cocaine there. Oh, they say, look like a drug deal gone bad. They go in there, kill people, go in people's house, kill them. Leave a little stash. You know, they might go into a drug dealer's house. Kill them. Take the drugs. Take the money. Take most of the drugs. Leave a little something behind to make it look real. And say it was a drug deal gone bad. And us, with our slow asses, we just take their word for it. Drug deal gone bad. Them drug dealers, okay, all right, well, that's the life. That's what happened when you live that life. That is what happened when you live that life. But we shouldn't be giving the police a pass. We need to look into these type of things. We shouldn't be giving them a pass for killing people. Just because somebody might be living wrong, we can't be so uncivilized as a society that we give the police a pass to commit crimes just because somebody else is committing a crime. And then you got people that was totally innocent. Totally innocent. They want to kill him, drug dealer gone bad. And sometimes the police may not have killed him, but they don't want to deal with the case. They don't want to do the paperwork. They don't want to they don't want to use the resources to investigate these people because they don't think these people are important enough. So they just call it a drug deal gone bad. Case dismissed. Public don't care because they was drug dealers. They're doing the same thing to rappers. The thing is that I think this actually will have just as much of an impact or greater impact because damn near every kid out here in America rap. I bet you 90% of all these kids rap. At least not probably 90% of all these kids do some kind of rapping. At least even if they're saying that rap is not going to be their outlet to get paid, that's not their career path. I bet you at least 90% of these kids done tried to rap. They got to rap. Every single one, 90% of these kids got some kind of rap. You may not have heard them rapping, but they got to rap. Let's test the theory. Right now in your homes, you got kids. If your kid is at home or when your kid get home, ask them to rap something for you and watch they rap. Watch they have a rap. Hell, a lot of y'all listening, y'all rap. Some of y'all in y'all 40s and 50s and 60s, y'all rap. So that's why we can't just let them just run amok with these headlines about rappers and we just totally dismiss it because we feel like, well, that's a rapper, so he deserved it. All they got to do is say that's a rap, and we just be like, well, that's what go with them rappers, boy. They something else. They dangerous. They know what they're doing. The media, I'm gonna tell you something. The media ain't shit, bro. Mainstream media, they ain't shit. Mainstream media is something that's low down, dirty. They know what they're doing. They used to say gangster rapper. Now they're just saying rapper. You know what, man? We ain't gonna try to differentiate. We're just gonna call them all rappers. We're gonna just call them rappers and put them all in the same. We're gonna put them all in the same bowl. Lachey, what up? Rossi Spiller. Willie D, did you ever know the guys out of Willow Ridge High School, street military? Man, yeah, I know street military. I'll give you a gem. Icy Hot from Street Military was the original beatboxer for me. He was my first, well, really my only beatboxer. Icy Hot. We used to kill him. Boy, we used to kill him in the clubs. Never met Tupac. I never met Tupac, but I tell you a story. I got a lot of stories. Tell you a story. So I got this deal with Ichiban Records in Macon, Georgia. I got a distribution deal with them. MC Breed and Tupac also have a deal with Ichiban where Tupac rapped on some records with Breed, and Ichiban owed Breed some money, which means they owed Tupac some money. So I'm in Houston. The guy owed me money. He owed me 6 figures. I'm in Houston. I'm calling. He's not getting on the phone. Every time I call, he's busy. This went on for like a month. Every time I call, he's busy. He leave a message, he's not calling back. So obviously, he dodging me. He ducking. So I hit up my boys and I said, look, man, we're going to pull up in Atlanta tomorrow morning. I'm going to call this dude early in the morning. If he don't call me back, be prepared to get on the plane. So this was back in the day when you didn't really need a big, you didn't have to give the airlines a big heads up, and you could just jump on the plane. You could check your weapons on the plane. You know, they had to go under the plane, but you could check your weapons on the plane. It would be no problem. So we roll out there. So I called that morning. They gave me the same old runaround. We jump on the plane. We're in Atlanta probably by 1 o'clock or something. We're in Atlanta. We go down to Macon, which is a suburb. So we go over to Macon, Georgia. I pull up. I go inside. It's just like the movies. You know how when you walk inside of an office and, you know, you're going straight to the boss's office, and the secretary or the receptionist is trying to tell you, wait, no, you can't go in there. You know, I just walk right past her. He over there, big dogging. I walk in, he said, Willie D, hey, man, man, I don't want to hear that shit. What my money? Oh, I was going to call you, man, I don't want to hear none of that. Where's my money? Stroke the check right now, and it better not bounce. I made that punk write me a check right there on the spot. And I got on up out of there. As I'm leaving, this little white chick who worked there stopped me. She said, I'm so glad you did that. Tupac just left about 30 minutes ago, and he was turning furniture over. So I missed Pac by 30 minutes. Yeah, I missed Pac by 30 minutes. And here's another story. I'll give you this story too. So before Pac get killed, I get a call. You know, Brad is out in LA working on Smile with Pac. They're doing some work. So I get a call from one of our people in Atlanta and LA. Tell me, man, Pac out here wilding. You know, I think you ought to talk to him, man. I think he'll listen to you. So I'm like, why you listen to me? He said, man, you're one of his favorite rappers. He said, you're one of his favorite rappers, man. I think he'll listen to you. So I was like, okay. I give it a shot. I come down, I talk to him. So I was scheduled to go to Atlanta in 2 weeks. I was going to be not Atlanta, LA. I was going to be in LA in 2 weeks. The fight was, I was scheduled to be there 2 weeks before the Tyson fight. What I think it was the Tyson Peter McNeely fight. I was scheduled to be in LA 2 weeks before that fight, the night Pac got killed. I mean, I was scheduled to be in LA 2 weeks after that fight, the night that Pac got killed. My entire purpose for going to LA was to talk with Pac and, try to reason with him and, let him know, hey, man, this ain't really what you want, because he was just telling me about certain things that Pac was doing. And so I was like, yeah, I'll holler at him, So obviously I never got that chance because Pac died, I think 6 days later after he got shot. So guess it wasn't meant to be for us to actually meet. But yeah, one of the elders actually called. That's who called me. He was like, man, yeah, I think you ought to talk to him, man. I think he'll listen to you. You one of his favorite rappers. He said he's like Willie D, one of my favorite rappers. So, that's how that went. Derek Mallory, what's up? Bree, I see you. R.I.P. Pac, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something, fam. When Pac died, I really didn't think Pac was going to die. When they told me he had a pulse, I was like, well, Pac, he going to make it, because I'm thinking about how he got hit 5 times in New York. What Pac said, 5 shots couldn't, what is it? 5 shots couldn't, I took it and smiled, or whatever he said. But yeah, like, yeah, he gonna bounce back. So each day he was still alive, I was encouraged. And then I remember exactly where I was. I was actually with some friends of mine, and we was chilling, just hanging out, just the fellas. Came on the radio. I was like, took the wind out of me, man. Yeah. D Mike, what's up, D Mike? Okay, that's what he said. Isaiah Kendall says 5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Yeah. PG. During the when the Outlawz, I worked with the Outlawz. And salute to the Outlawz. Real solid dudes. Idi Amin, Noble. I did some work with them. They came to the studio in Houston. And them dudes was really loyal to Pac. They were real loyal. They they would come in the studio. This is when it was Young Noble, Idi Amin, and Napoleon. They would come to the studio and they would go inside the boot and light candles inside of the boot. And they would have a picture of Pac inside of the boot. The lights would be dim. The lights are totally dark. It'd be dark. But inside of that boot, they would have the candles lit and a picture of Pac. Very different, but absolutely worthy of respect. I respected that. I respected that even in death. They were loyal to Pac, and they considered Pac to be their general, their leader. Sandra D, what's up? They were absolutely channeling Tupac's energy. Bree. Them boys can spit. I'm going to tell you something, fam. Them Outlawz are some of the most underrated dudes out there. They're more underrated than I am. I know I'm underrated, but them Outlawz are really underrated, man. Them dudes is, every last one of them dudes is cold-blooded. Even the former members, even the former members of the Outlawz, them boys was cold. Gaddafi, Castro, Hussein Fatal, them boys was cold. All them boys was cold. I don't even know how he get that many damn dope rappers in one group. I'm talking about all of them dope. I might have to go put on some Outlawz when I get through with this live. Anthony Arzu, what's up, Ant? Appreciate you. James Bolden says, why all these rappers getting cases at the same time? That's crazy. Yeah, some of it's targeting. Like I said, fam, I don't really know what happened with the France case for Travis, but I can tell you that Miami, that was straight up bogus, man. They didn't have to lock that dude up, and they wouldn't have locked him up if he didn't have that melanin skin. They would not have locked him up. The dude was 100% cooperative. He wasn't belligerent. He wasn't staggering. He wasn't slurring in his speech. It's just the police just didn't like who he was. I mean, it didn't have no patience for him explaining himself. He wasn't nowhere near. They say they locked him up for intoxication. He didn't look nowhere near what Justin Timberlake looked when he got arrested. Justin Timberlake looked like he was high and fried and all that, died to the side. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was messed up. Travis Scott was very coherent, very respectful. They locked him up because they could. Now, as far as France, if you're fighting your people inside of the hotel room, that's a problem. And that means that if you fight, you got to fight your people, then you absolutely got to work on yourself. But if the problem is really that person, you got to remove that person. Anybody that's in your circle you feel like you need to fight on, you need to put your hands on, you need to get from around them. Because that is horrible energy to have. If you feel like you got to put your hands on somebody, that's bad energy, man. And it may come down to that. They may end up putting their hands on you. That's bad energy. I couldn't live like that. I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, if you got a job, you're working with somebody, that's harder. That's harder to do. But just in general, just the people that we surround ourselves with, the people that we have a choice of being around, we have more of a choice because we really have a choice to be around damn near anybody except the people who raises our family. We're younger. You really ain't got a choice if you're being raised by your parents or whatever. You really ain't got that much of a choice. But if you work with somebody that's got bad energy and y'all keep bumping heads, you could actually go get a job. So you have a choice, but it ain't a great choice. But you definitely can't control the people that you hang out with. You definitely can control the people that you actually employ. You can definitely control that energy. And I wouldn't have somebody like that around me. How you going to put your hands on your security and at the same time trust security to protect you? That ain't gonna go right, fam. That don't add up. I'll give a few more shout outs, fam, and then I'm gonna shut it down. Earl Times. Says a local DJ years ago said, if you can't change the people around you, if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. Yeah, real talk. Alyssa. What's up, Cleveland? Reggie Burnett. Great Blackness. Gary Flunderberg. Boy, that's a bad name right there. Funderburg. Man, if that's your real name, Gary Funderburg. Boy, if that was that'd be my rap name. If that was mine, I'd just be Funderburg, man. That boy Funderburg, cold. That's a hella last name right there. Funderburg. Andre Brown. Edgar Neal. Funderburg sounds German. Let's see. What's the origin of Funderburg? There I go. Boom, boy. You know what, man? I just look like this, fam. I just look like this. It is German. Let me tell you something, fam. I don't know everything, but I do make it my business to know a little bit about everything. Just a little. I'm just naturally interested in stuff that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to research. I like to have some knowledge of things. it ain't a lot of stuff that go completely over my head. Mike Dan. Yeah, even if I was like if I don't really know something about something, like a lot of stuff, there's so many interesting things in the world that I'm not directly involved in or connected to, but it's still interesting to me. Like I I think it's interesting that somebody could become a millionaire dumping trash. I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting. Somebody start on the back of a trash truck and they work their way to driver. And then the next thing you know, they got their own truck. And now they go from one truck to 100 trucks. Oh man, how did you do that? I want to know. Like, and what drove you to do that? What made you think that that could be you someday? You could be the boss. Because there are a lot of people that get on the back of a truck, a trash truck, and say, "This is it. You know, I'm just gonna do this for 30 years, man, because there's some good money in it. Don't trip out on them. Don't sleep on them trash, man. It's good money in that, boy." So it's interesting to me that like the path, the mindset, like what gave you that mindset to think that you could do that, you know, like, did the owner tell you like, hey man, you stick with me, I'll show you how to do this, I'll help you get your first truck, or did you did you did you did you meet a woman, did your woman plant the seed, or is this something that you always wanted to do? Did you envision doing this from the time that you was in grade school? Like that stuff is interesting to me. I find it interesting that like I think like being a mechanic is interesting. Being able to master, the art of repairing cars, like all of those different mechanisms that you see uh, under the hood of a car that makes it run, and all of the different components, you know, all of that stuff, being able to know, like some people can open that hood up soon. Some people, as soon as you tell them what the issue is, they can pretty much tell you what the problem is. They can pretty much tell you what the resolution is right off the bat. As soon as you just tell them what the problem is, they can, yeah, it's either this or this. That's a gift, man. That's hard. You know what I mean? That's a gift. Then they can open that thing up, and some dudes, man, they don't even need to have all that fancy stuff like those machines that I forgot the name of those machines, but those machines that will diagnose the car. They don't even, some of them don't even need to have all that. But if they got that, oh, it's definitely a wrap. They definitely gonna figure it out real fast. And some of these dudes, they can fix a car for, $200, where somebody else was trying to get 3,000 out of you, making you think it was 3,000. And perhaps it was, because, let me back up. Perhaps it was based on their limited knowledge, right? Or they could have been just trying to squeeze you. But this person over here, they was able to do it for, a tenth of the cost. That's that's able to do. Yeah, that's impressive to me. Going under that thing, being able to hook it up like that. That's impressive. Flute Lavelle. You know what? That's a good point. Says I always compare mechanics to chefs. It's just something you would want to do. That just made me think. When the crazy thing is that when I was talking about the mechanic, I had chefs in the back of my head. Everybody can cook, but everybody can't be a chef. Anybody can cook, but there's different degrees of cooking, right? Some people can cook good. Some people can just cook. Some people can just cook good. Some people can cook very, 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 very good, right? And then you have your chefs. People that cook good, they just gonna cook it and they're gonna put it on the plate and it's gonna taste good. A chef gonna cook it and they're gonna decorate it, and man, they're gonna use the finest ingredients. They know how to cook that. They know how to prepare that food where everything is warm at the same time. And some people have that skill when they cook food too. But when I go to chef side of things, a chef is more of an artist. A chef is like a cooking artist, a cook artist or something, different. It's a whole different level. Spraying that, putting that stuff on there. That's a chef. Chefs are very peculiar. Like most people are peculiar about where they go out to eat. But a chef, when they see food, they looking at the presentation. See, that's another thing. It's the presentation. Sometimes they don't even want to go to a restaurant. They don't like how the food is presented. They won't even go to the restaurant. Like, nah, man, our food way better than this. Why would I pay to sit in this place, man? This is nothing. This is beneath me. For I am a chef. Michael Gray. Yes. You can say the secret ingredient is love, but that again, that's automatic. But you also have people that can cook very good. They cook with love. If when your mom cook for you, she's cooking with love. She's cooking your favorite pie, your favorite dish or whatever. When your wife cooks for you, she's cooking with love. When your husband cooks for you, he's cooking with love. So everybody cooks. Most, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but most people who cook for you cook with love. But a chef cooks with love, cooks with passion. I think that might be the difference. It's not just love, it's passion. Cooking is a talent. Being a chef is a gift. That's the difference. A whole lot of people can cook. A lot of people can cook. There ain't too many people who can be a chef compared to the number of people who can cook. There are millions and millions of people who can cook, billions of people who can cook. It's probably only a few thousand who can really, who are really good at what they do, who are chefs. You know, a few thousand, maybe 50,000 or something like that. I don't know. 10, I don't know what the number is, but you know, it's nowhere near the amount of people who can cook. Cooking is a talent. Being a chef is a gift. That's my time, fam. Hopefully, Travis can get out of this jam that he's found himself in, and you know, he can do more to protect his energy, which is something that he's going to have to be intentional about. Oftentimes, when you are a celebrity and you're really big, when you're on the top of that mountain, a fame can be intoxicating. Power that comes with that fame can be intoxicating. You move around, you got security, you got people moving people out of the way when you're coming through. You got people trying to grab at you, everybody trying to do business with you. Sometimes that stuff can go to your head. And I'm not saying it went to Travis' head, but I'm saying it could happen. Because it went to my head for a hot minute. I had to reel myself back in, you know. Like, sometimes it can make you feel like you're invincible. Think about that, fam. Think about if that was you. You step into a place, people moving people out the way, get out of the way. We're coming through, you know, coming through. You know, you be like, hey, watch out now. Watch out. So you got to be careful not to get caught up in that. You got to be careful not to get caught slipping when you're just moving around doing you. And you can be doing all the right things, and you can be a target and not even know it, because you're just living your life. You ain't messing with nobody. Nobody should be messing with you. But somebody is sitting back and they're plotting and planning against you because you're the man. And so you can't get suckered into the trap. It could have been a situation where maybe the bodyguard already had a problem with Travis because he is the man, and the bodyguard might want his spot. He want to be the man. So the bodyguard probably tell the bodyguard to do something or whatever. He get hot real quick. Say something slick. Next thing you know, ding, ding, fries and shake. So you got to be cognizant of your position. And this goes for anybody right here. Oftentimes, when you are experiencing a burst of success, trouble is only a few steps away. Trouble stays lurking when you're winning. When you're winning, you be thinking like everything's going good. You ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. Worried about nothing. But nothing is worried about you. So you gotta know when the devil working, the devil be working, boy. So you might go and you might be at a party or something, and somebody say something real slick to you because they know who you are, they know your stature, and they want to interrupt your life. So you got to be able to look at it and say, "Oh, I see that. Look at the devil. That's the devil." You got to be able to move around and let the devil go and try to, attack somebody else, deal with somebody else. You got to be willing to let your pride, got to check your pride at the door. I'm not saying if it come down to it, you get that chump everything they looking for. But I'm just saying in most cases, it ain't really necessary. You can just move out of the way. They crash dummies. Crash dummies are designed to crash. Your job is to make sure they don't crash into you. That's my time, fam. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I will come back live if there is breaking news today. No more talk.